We're excited to be here. We know they're a very worthy opponent. I told our girls if we get all hung up thinking about winning, we may not win. We just got to go out and play the game like they played when they were little girls in the backyard with their parents. Just relax and play and let it happen. And I think we'll be all right. Just the outer circles, you know, everybody's telling them you got to win, you got to win, you got to win. Nope, you just have to play well.
Coach, earlier Coach Murphy told us that he was going to make sure he told Dave Hart that y'all are going to need some more bleachers around here. What are you expecting from the crowd this weekend?
Well, I'm told it's a sellout, so I'm expecting a sellout. Sellout doesn't always look like a sellout when some of the season ticket people don't either turn their seats back in or whatever, but we've been pretty crowded, you know, in our previous games, and our fans have been fantastic, and I expect there to be a high demand for tickets, and I expect there to be a lot of Tide fans here.
Some of your players were kind of talking about how when you guys played Alabama, it was a long time ago, or kind of at the beginning of the SEC season. How is there a difference between the teams from that point to now that you can see?
I don't think physically there's any difference between the two teams. I think both teams have matured a little bit, but they still do what they do and do it well. And I think we do what we do, you know. Again, it might be redundant, but our stats are like mirrors. I mean, 62 home runs to 63 and 335 to 332 and the batting average, and slugging percentage is just a few off, and on base percentage. So, you know, it's just two really good teams, and two teams that have fought all season, and both teams have fought through some injuries. And, you know, you just can't tell what's going to happen. I mean, I know our team's ready, and I know our team's capable of winning, and I know their team's ready, and I know their team's capable of winning. So we just got to get out there and put it on the line.
Ralph, is there anything new with injuries?
No, not at all. We're missing Davin, you know, which is a big loss for us because we're struggling in the outfield, and it's no secret. Everybody knows it. So the fact of the matter is we got to hope our freshmen catch the balls that are hit out there.
Let's talk about Alabama. You're obviously very familiar with them. Your thoughts on the Tide?
Well, for sure. I know this is coaches talk, but well coached. Their coaches have been there since we've been there, with the fact that Stephanie Van Brakel came back to coach with them, but she was playing in the early years. What I think has been really neat about what they've done this year is they've modified their game to their personnel. I mean, Alabama has always been a stand 'em up, hit it out of the park team, you know, but this year they've changed and they've added more speed. They always had speed 1-2, but they've added speed in the 9 slot too, and good pitching, good defense. I don't know, it's pretty much the same.
Ralph, Raven was talking about her honor as Academic All-American of the Year and what that meant to her because of the commitment that she had coming in from high school. Can you just tell us a little bit about your take on that and how proud of you are of her, not just as an athlete, but as a student?
Well, I'm really proud of Raven. I don't think people like Raven don't come along very often. Beth Mowens and I were just talking about that. I don't know what Kayla's grade point average is, but I'll tell you, in my 11 years here, my 9 years with the U.S. team, I have not seen two kids lead off, hit over 400, make great grades, and do like those two do. Raven, because of her home run power, is just a tremendous ball player all the way around. I'm sure she's the best speed player we've ever had, and we've had some really good ones. And that's not putting down the other ones we've had because they've been All-Americans. But Raven has that blend of speed and power. And one of the things that we do here, and everybody talks about it, and maybe everybody does it, but we put a huge emphasis on academics. Karen has her JD degree or whatever the doctorate degree is. She was a professor at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, teaching business law. She's really the mover in that regard. And we tell kids when they come in here that, you know, there's two things you need to look for when you pick a college: that you're going to get a chance to play and that you're going to get a degree. And our kids are all getting degrees, and that's really important. But for her to be the outstanding student athlete in the country, you know, Lindsay Schutzler won that twice too. So we've had 3 of those in the last 11 years, and that's a pretty high honor, and the credit goes to the athlete.